All right. How's everybody doing on this fine post-impact week? Everybody doing good? Man, it is good to see y'all again. It's like we never left. I bet y'all were a little tired on Sunday and Monday and those kind of things, but this is your first time here. Man, we're glad you're here. We're going to celebrate tonight. How about that? Let's celebrate a little bit what God did this weekend, man. It was incredible. So, Jacob, man, did you have a good weekend? Was it good for you?
Oh, it was so good. I got to hang out with the 11th grade guys. I take it back. It wasn't that great. I got to hang out with the 11th grade guys.
Yeah.
But no, it was awesome. Are they done? I think
I don't know.
I think they're done.
Okay.
No, it was great. I mean, I got a total of like 4 hours of sleep because they stayed up till 4 in the morning.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. But here's the thing. We don't want to deprive anyone of their 15 seconds of fame. And we didn't get to show all the TikToks on Saturday morning.
Hey, there's some good ones.
Let me just tell you, everybody was like fired up about the food and serving and Defied. Everyone's coming up to me about all the stuff that God did and those kind of things. But the thing I heard the most was like, hey, Steve, you gonna play my TikTok? You gotta play look, you gotta see this, man. Did you see my TikTok? I'm like, we will play your TikTok, okay? We're gonna like have a TikTok night or something anyway. So, but we got most of them in tonight, I think. We're only playing a couple we picked a couple of our favorites that were played on Saturday morning.
Oh, absolutely. The ones that make fun of you are the best.
But, we had to play those again. It's not funny. So, but we're going to play a couple of the new ones because we would hate for you to be deprived. So, why don't we fire up the first one? This was one of our favorites. We just want to watch it on mute tonight, though. So, yeah, it's better with no sound.
Jesus, I love you.
This impressive footwork. Okay, give it up for that TikTok. Now, hold on. Yeah, give it up. Now, if this was your very first Impact Weekend experience, can you raise your hand? Very first Impact experience. Okay, yeah. Give it up for the first timers. We love you guys. I just want to say that I saw a lot of you. Y'all brought it a lot stronger than what that video showed, and y'all weren't like nobody held back this weekend, but that was still a funny video. So, okay, the next few are new ones, right, Jacob? They're new ones.
It's
okay,
a 1:15. I'm all alone and I need you now.
He can work on his vocals.
How many people did they get in that one stall? 21 people in one stall.
In one stall. I bet that was less than enjoyable. So let's just move on to the next one, shall we?
A, B, C, D, E, F.
That is what I sound like.
That's what you really sound like.
Okay. That may or may not be true, but did you see the people worshiping is all I got to say.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
You brought it. I'll give you that.
Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, okay?
All right.
So, okay, go to the next. No, I didn't. Okay.
All right.
So your boys couldn't have made that TikTok because they did stay up all night.
Oh, they totally could have made it.
Okay.
Ask Jeffrey.
But that group, they got some sleep. You guys got some sleep down here, right? Y'all got some sleep, Brooke? It impacts you sleep a little bit? Oh. No, she lied. She just wanted it's just for the TikTok. Okay. All right. How many more we got back there? One or two?
What is going on inside their head?
I've always wanted to be a worship pastor.
That is you.
I'm seeing a trend.
I see a lot of you on these TikToks.
Hey, can we give it up for Megan Mastrinaut in the room? What a fantastic leader. She just does a great job. Such an encouragement to me. Megan's been great having you in student ministry, so you can get on out of here. It's good to see I'm just kidding, kind of. Okay, all right. Now, so those were the ones we haven't seen. We both agreed that this next one, this is our last one. This was our favorite
By far the best. I want to learn this dance
TikTok
personally.
from the weekend.
Yes,
This was
by
pretty
far the
good.
best.
Let's
By
play this.
far.
This is our favorite one.
What's up, my mammals? This is Sid the Sloth from the movie Ice Age, and we're about to do this new dance, the Continental Drift. It's time to get up on your feet. It's easy to do. Just follow me. Move it out. Do the Sid. Take it back. And do the Sid. Step left. Then drift. Step right. And then drift. Crisscross. And do the man-made. Crisscross. And do the man-made. Now jump, wiggle your rump, and walk it out like Granny.
Okay, y'all got to give it up for that one. I actually think we could all do that together. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. We'll get to that. Okay, so incredible weekend, and man, y'all brought us strong with the TikToks and those kind of things. But man, we just want to share some stories. Jacob and I have a few that we want to share. We want to hear from you. So here in just a second, we're going to have just kind of a couple of you, whoever would like to share. We're going to give you the opportunity. But here's the thing: when God does something like He did this last weekend. Stories go on for a long time. So I hope you're sharing these stories for a long time, just amongst your friend groups and those kind of things. Something's going to hit your mind. You're like, hey, you remember when this happened at Impact Weekend? And it should be encouragement to you, but also just a challenge for you to continue on with what God did in your life. But there's a few questions that we're going to pose to you, man, if you want to answer and tell us about Impact Weekend. But I'll start with you, Jacob. Man, what are some things that you saw, a couple stories that you saw at Impact Weekend?
Oh man, getting to watch the guys serve at Redwood was pretty awesome. They help out with disabilities, with people who are handicapped, and it's a daycare. And what the 11th and 12th grade guys actually got to do was go in and clean an 88,000 square foot facility. This is massive, all right? So they had to mop it, they had to wipe down the windows, the railings, yada, yada, yada. And so they were working really hard at it, and Brittany, who was the director of it, actually came up to me with tears in her eyes and was like, wow, I've never seen a group so joyful to be working here and to be serving here. You know, we really don't get these type of volunteers. And that was just really cool to see someone just be able to, this is testament to the job that they did and just the joy in their heart. And so it was really cool to be able to help them out and to help her out, because she doesn't get volunteers like that, and they don't get to deep clean that often, and it's flu season, which is very dangerous for their patients that they have. So it was really cool to see.
And I know you probably wouldn't share this, but you actually got to share the gospel with her.
Yeah, it actually gave me a bridge to share the gospel with her and just have a gospel conversation where I was like, hey, this is actually Impact Weekend, what we do every year, and our hope comes from Jesus. And so this joy that you see is just us being the hands and feet of Jesus. And so she was just super grateful for the job that they did, just coming in and just serving the kingdom. So it was really cool to see.
Yeah. So we saw some really great things. Service. Who had a good time? Their service projects. Impact Weekend, was that good? Really, really good. You guys did some great work. Y'all did some great work, and that facility actually gave us a shout out on Facebook to all of you guys for the work that you did. So. Really cool. Really cool. Man, maybe something from a session or something that you saw, another story that you want to share.
Being able to see Fred the Fish was pretty cool. Y'all freaking out over Fred the Fish. That was pretty funny. I would say the light illustration was probably my favorite. Him talking about us being the salt and the light in our communities and being the light, right? You can go into your community, you can be that small light, and then once you start spreading that light, right, it starts opening up the room. And I thought that was really cool in that we can just really take that into our communities. And so that was one of my favorite parts from the sessions.
Yeah. Hey, I was just, I'm going to share some thoughts here in a minute to encourage you, but man, I was just really proud of you guys for leaning in throughout the weekend. He's talking about the service projects. I know everyone can share that from their service project. You guys worked hard. You went for it. And worship, you went for it. You guys were respectful and listened to Danny and those kind of things. And if you guys remember a week ago, and obviously this isn't about me, it's about the Lord, but I just had a stirring in my spirit that God was going to do something really special at Impact this year that He had never done before. Man, it was just off the charts. God did some great things. We all got to experience it together. In fact, looking back on Monday, I was just kind of like, did that happen? Like, did we actually do that? It was a really, really great experience. And so here's the thing, just for a couple minutes, we want to hear from you. So if you have something you want to share, man, you can throw your hand up. I mean, I was going to have Sam go. I know you had something, but if you got something, Jeff, you can come on up, man. No? Oh, y'all going to fight about it. Okay, come here. Y'all give it up
What's
for Jeff.
up, Jeffrey?
Y'all give it up for Jeff. How you doing, man? You good? You good? All right, hey, look, Jacob's going to ask you a couple questions. You can hold my microphone, I think.
You want to hold his?
Can I trust you? Can I trust you? Okay.
Trust you. So, Jeffrey, just looking back on Impact Weekend, what was your favorite part about Impact Weekend? Can be anything.
Hanging with the boys and cleaning Redwood. Pretty fun.
Cool, yeah.
Sam breaking his back.
Sam broke his back. I don't remember that happening. Oh, at the 5. Okay, all right. What's something like really cool that you saw God do at Impact? Maybe it's something in your life. Maybe it's something like someone else's life. Like, what did you see God do at Impact?
I saw a lot of people like actually repeat the question.
What is something really cool that you saw like God was doing at Impact? Whether it was in your life or in someone else's life. So something cool that God did at Impact.
I felt like everyone was actually like opening up than last year because people would like not say anything. So like more people were opening up, even me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, give it up for our college leaders. Our college leaders were awesome. I know a lot of you built a lot of really cool relationships with them, so that was really cool. That's really cool to hear. And then Jeff, what is like Impact Weekend like going forward? What can Impact Weekend propel you to do going forward? Like, what did you learn from Impact Weekend that you can take away for the rest of the year?
Basically spread the gospel more. Like, I like to send the one with the light. I really like that one, and I feel like if all of us right there, we could still do it too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We can be the salt and the light in our communities for sure. Give it up for Jeffrey.
Y'all give it up for Jeff. Cooking the heels.
As he jumps off stage.
All right. Anybody else got a story they want to share? Come on up here. Come on up here. Yes, I love the boldness.
Yeah.
Come on. How are you? We should have done this, but can you tell us your name and grade and school? Is that too much?
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. I'm Reese Jones. I'm in 8th grade and I go to Walton Verona. All right. Yeah, sorry, those are
It's a little bright up here, I
here.
know.
So, hey, Jacob, hand her your microphone if you could, and why don't you tell us, Reese, just anything, your favorite part of Impact Weekend.
Okay, so I just loved like how open all the girls were in our group and how they really just connected.
Yeah, came together. So, just all throughout the weekend, or was there something specific to like the small group time? And
Just all throughout the weekend.
Okay, good. And what was an area in particular you saw God working at Impact Weekend?
Okay, so my heart is kind of pounding out of my chest right now.
That's okay. You can just look at me. There's nobody out there.
But on Sunday, when you talked about the 2 scholarships,
Yeah.
I knew that was me and my brother. And I've been having a really hard time at home. And weeks leading up to it, Emily kept inviting me, and I was like, I want to go, but I've been doing stuff all the time, and my weekends have not been free, and I just want to sit at home, and so Emily had reached out to my mom, and like I just felt like some people hearing that they couldn't afford it or like stuff going on would stop them from being able to going, and having to have a scholarship would make them feel bad about themselves. But that made me really feel like God wanted me to be there and that I needed to be there. And it made me feel really good.
Wow. Yeah. Proud of you. Well, proud of you for sharing your story. I know that's not easy. God does see you. He does care about you, and he's got a great plan for your life. There's no doubt about that. And the encouragement to you and all of us just to stay open to that, right? So, okay, cool. So, Impact happened. I know I had to pinch myself too. So, going forward, what do you see God doing in your life and the life of your group going forward from here?
I don't know, like hopefully good things. And
Yeah.
my brother wasn't able to make it tonight, but I really think he needed it, and we all need it at this point.
Yeah, good. All right, y'all give it up for Reese. Give it up for Reese. Awesome.
That's awesome. Wow.
Really, really good. Really, really good. Okay, anybody else want to share a story from the weekend? Yeah, okay, hand in the back. Come on up, whoever that is. I can't see you because it's dark. Come on. You're going to have to move, though.
Got to keep coming.
Oh,
it's Nick. Nick
it's going to take him a
Alexander.
while. All right, let's play a game. Let's see, what can we do? I'm thinking of a number between, I don't have a number. I got nothing.
1 and 10.
Okay, come on, bro. Come on up.
Hey, Nick.
Okay, you're gonna have to, we got another microphone up here. You're gonna have to tell us the story of what happened to you before we let you talk about anything else.
Yeah. So what happened? What happened with the crutches here?
I was messing around in school and jumped up and touched a doorway and came down on it wrong.
I don't think that's right. That doesn't sound like it's right. So what's the real story?
The real story. I was messing with my friend Tanner and I go, hey, watch this, and I dunked over this girl. I touched the top of the doorway, so it technically wasn't.
Wait. Back up.
He said, so it was worth it.
You dunked over who?
Does it really matter? A girl, okay? Well,
Dunking over people.
Now, whenever a story starts with, or if you ever want to say, hey, y'all, watch this, it's not going to end
never good.
It's just not going to end good. Okay.
Was on video.
All right, Jacob, go ahead and throw some questions out to him. I'll let you use this. There you go.
Yeah. So what was your favorite part of Impact? Just looking back on it, what was your favorite part of Impact Weekend?
we had some really good leaders who, we had a lot of fun with. We played, silent football, which was...
What is silent football? I've never heard of that. Oh.
It's a fun game.
Oh, is that all we can say about it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then they really, I feel like I connected with all three of them, and they really helped me, strengthen my relationship with Christ.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah, our college years were fantastic. I'm so glad that you got to connect with them. And then just looking back on Impact as well, what is something that you saw God doing in your life in Impact or in someone else's life around you?
I feel like at our school, we never really had a Christian group, and I feel like we started making one over the summer and beginning of the year. My friend Jared started a Bible study, and it really started to make one. And I feel like this Impact Weekend really helped strengthen that group, and it really helped forward that. So now if we're struggling with something, we can go to our friends and just talk it out and work it through Christ.
Yeah, that's awesome. Being able to have that friend group around you to help build you up. There goes my phone that just fell on the floor.
Yeah.
And then looking forward from Impact Weekend, what do you think God can use Impact Weekend for moving forward in your life?
I feel like I can spread the word much more comfortably now, and I don't feel pressure to spread the word, because learning more about this weekend, and it really boosts my confidence to speak more about it, and I got people to back me up now. If I really am struggling spreading it, we can all talk together about it and just go forward from that.
Man, that is so awesome to hear that. Give it up for Nick. Absolutely, give it up for Nick.
I'll give it up for him. Hey, the important thing through all that is him just talking about his crew, having his people. That's so important. The second thing is I'm really glad that you didn't do that at Defy. That would have been bad. So thanks for doing that outside of Impact Weekend. Appreciate that. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody? Okay, another hand. Come on. Who
Bring it on down. What's
How
up,
are you,
Elise?
Miss Elise? She
Sophomore
said
girls.
sophomore girl. She's
happened?
okay. All right. You doing good?
I'm over the moon.
Over the moon.
I'm
Yes,
up here.
that we need a ray of sunshine on a
Oh,
day
yeah.
like today. So this is good
is
to see your smiling face. Yeah. Okay. So tell us. I mean, you know the questions we're asking everyone. What was your favorite part of the weekend?
Favorite part, it had to be all of the girls. I feel like our bond just strengthened because of Impact, and almost everyone in my group was able to open up within the snap of a finger, and I learned things about girls in my group that I literally had no clue about before, and
Yeah.
I feel definitely now we can all go to each other in hard times especially, and I had to be really open and vulnerable with them, which was really hard because I cry a lot, but it really did strengthen those relationships.
They were like, yeah, you do cry a lot.
Yeah.
That's all right though.
They
They're
saw
gonna
me.
back you. They're gonna back you. So yeah, talk about God and what you saw him do this weekend.
I definitely think it helped with the pastor and preacher who is here, he like touched on different topics, but I think the one that like spoke to me the most in my group was like when hard times come your way, like do you run to God or like run away from God? And I think that was like definitely hit home for me with the past couple of months in my life. And like the past couple of months, like I've been working on that relationship with God, and I definitely think Impact just like confirmed that and like really just brought me like 10 steps closer. And like I just feel like over the moon, like happy with like my relationship with God, and like I'm moving it forward, and like I can feel it, and it's just awesome.
No, that's
like
good.
that is the way to describe it, just like over the moon awesome.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I know we've talked a little bit, so I know God did a lot in your life at Impact Weekend, but you were ready coming into Impact Weekend because God had been working on you for a couple months, and it was all those little decisions you'd been stacking up on top of each other, which is great. Okay, what do you see in the future? What are you optimistic going forward, and what do you see coming down the pipe after what happened?
I see there have been a lot of things changing, and I know I'm going to have battles, and I know I'm going to have fights, and it's going to be really hard for me. And, like, I take things very hard and, like, to heart. But I also feel like I now have, like, a great group of girls, and, like, not all of them go to school with me, obviously. But, like, I know that at any point in the day I can just give them a text, and, like, I know that they're, like, keeping me in mind and, like, praying for me. And, like, my biggest support was, like, my small group leaders, like Melissa, Miss Carol. Shout out to you guys.
Come on.
Yeah. Like, literally amazing. I think, like, my biggest support is probably Miss Melissa. She, like, encouraged me, and, like, I might tear up because, like, this is just, like, so awesome. I love you. Like, I'll text her, and I'll be like, this is what's been going on in my life, and she just sits there and, like, just encourages me over and over again, and, like, it is so awesome knowing, like, I've got that. And I, like, for my future, I got my eyes on camp for one, and God. Like,
you said the C word.
Oh yeah, camp. Yep. Yes. Got my eyes on camp, guys. You got to be there for it.
Sorry, Ethan is
Thanks,
fired up
Ethan.
about camp. Okay, all right, good. All right, hey, y'all give it up for Miss Elise. Oh. Does anybody know when camp is? Yeah, June 25th through the 29th.
Yep.
What's up, Gavin? It's good to see your face, big boy. Okay. Sorry, I was blinded. All right, cool. Yeah, June 25th through the 29th.
It's so close.
It's going to be
It's
wild.
coming.
It's going to be wild. Okay.
132
Will,
days.
come here, dude. Come here. Y'all give it up for Will. I am.
What up, Will?
What up, homie? Now, you got to be careful. You got to be careful giving this guy a mic. You got to be careful.
He might rap
because
on us.
Speaking of camp, you were there this last summer. This dude, as a sixth grader, just shredded it. I mean, shredded it on stage. And, I mean, I'm just saying, we were going wild for God Is at Impact. I mean, can we just say that was just a moment at Impact Weekend? But you and Josh may have to do like a rap duet at camp or something. I don't even know. Yes, sir. Oh, there he is. He ready in the back. He ready in the back. Oh, keep it coming. We're gonna make a little music, like a pre-video, release it before.
Yes.
Okay, now I've got 1,000 ideas. Okay, anyway, okay, tell us about Impact Weekend, man. What you got?
All I can say is the later you stay up, the better it gets.
Okay. Sweet. I'll make sure you don't do the Camp Rule video. So, tell us about what you saw God do at Impact Weekend, and you and your friends.
Yeah, just being together with my homies. That was just cool because it was just like, a group of boys going down like the same path.
Yeah.
But in specific, there was a kid in our group, and he was kind of like he had trusted in Christ, but he hadn't like told anyone yet.
Yeah.
He was kind of scared.
Yeah.
So we kind of like encouraged him and influenced, and he saw that the rest of us, he was with boys, dudes the same as him. So it was cool.
Right. Hey, it's that positive peer pressure, right? Positive peer pressure. That's a good thing. Peer pressure can be a good thing in the positive direction. So I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit and ask you a different question than everybody else. You don't have to answer, though, if you don't want to, okay? We've heard from like everybody, including you, that it was like, it was being with your crew, it was being with your boys, right? That's what made the difference to encourage you. What is the difference? What's the difference in following Jesus when it's on your own versus when you know you've got your people with you?
On your own, you kind of, when you go through something hard, it's kind of like just by yourself. But when you're with, others, it's just, one person goes down, the rest, you just pick them up and you just keep going. It's cool. No.
It makes all the difference in the world.
Makes
all the difference in the world. All right, thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot. Y'all give it up for Will. Thanks, Will. Man, just incredible. And I know we could tell stories all night. And hey, we're going to move along. Jacob wants to share something with you guys. But man, if there's a story, man, that's just a God story in your group, man, send us a DM on Instagram or something like that. We want to know about it. We want to share it because here's the thing. The weekend was amazing, and we can goof off about how late we stayed up and all the different things. But we all walked away from the weekend knowing that we had experienced God. We collectively came together as a group, and it was undeniable that God did a work in our group, and I hope that God did a work in you. I know he did if you were open to it at the weekend. And when that happens, it's undeniable, and it should change us going forward. And so Jacob and I have a couple thoughts to share with you. and then we'll close some things out here in a few minutes. So
yeah, absolutely. So I just wanted to pick up kind of where Danny left off this weekend, talking about being the salt and light in our communities and in our schools. And I just wanted to encourage you guys, right? We're riding this high right now. We got all this energy. Like this weekend was amazing. We brought 209 people to Impact Weekend.
Come on.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Like, we gave you the challenge to go out and reach your friends, and you guys took it, and you invited your friends. You went to lunch. You said, hey, man, why don't you come to Impact? And so what I want to encourage us with going forward is, hey, why don't we take that same energy that we have now, and let's bring it to our Wednesday nights, right? You see these people every day, 5 days a week, 7 hours a day, and you have the chance to really speak into someone else's life. And so talks about in Matthew 5, we talked about salt and the light. And so I just wanted to read Matthew 5 one more time as just a reminder that, hey, we can be the light in our communities. And so it says, you are the salt of the earth. But if salt has lost its taste, how should its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet. You are the light of the world, a city set in a hill that cannot be hidden. Nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand. And it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. And so it's just like what he talked about with the flashlight, right? It starts with one person, and then it starts spreading, right? You hear all these people coming up here, and they're talking about their friend groups, right? It's building those friends around you, but that started with one person saying, hey, I'm going to invite someone with me to church, or hey, I'm going to give the gospel to somebody. And so let's be that light going forward. Let's take this energy we have from Impact. Let's keep inviting, and let's keep being the hands and feet of Jesus.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good encouragement, good encouraging word. Hey, here's the last thing I'll say. I want to share a thought with you as well going forward. Impact was fantastic, and we're going to be celebrating that for a long time. In fact, I look forward to when you're 15, you're 16, you're 17, whatever, you're 25, and you're going to think back to some moments from what God just did this weekend, and they're going to carry you through some things. But some of you have already had some difficult days. Monday might have been difficult for you. Or maybe you still had some shine from the weekend, but Tuesday, definitely today, you may have had, some of those people whispering in your ear, some of those groups you probably shouldn't be hanging around with, that same old temptation was coming back, whatever the case may be. There have been some difficult days. And a couple things. Number one, you heard it over and over again tonight. I don't have to say it again about how important it is, man, to have that group, to have that crew, to have your girls, to have your boys, right? They're going to back you up. They're going to call you out. They're going to call you out. Here's the thing. I hope that you got some new phone numbers this weekend from your group. There's a group text going or whatever. Because here's the thing. You need to have people in your group that aren't just saying, hey, I just hope you have a great day, and I hope you read the Bible, and when you sin or when you mess up, like, hey, I hope you do better next time. Like, that's good. Encouragement is good. But you need to say, hey, I want you to call me out on my stuff. When you see something in my life, you have the permission. You need to have people in your life where you say, you have the permission to come. And I'm not going to think you're judging me because I know you care about me. I want you to be able to come and call me out on my stuff. Because sin separates, right? Sin is always going to separate, and the flesh, right, is going to try its best to pull you away from the experience you had this last weekend. But here's the verse I want to remind you of. It's in Philippians. He who began a good work in you is faithful and just to complete that work. God began something in you. He began something in us this weekend. And it wasn't meant to stay in that weekend. It was the beginning. Like when we finished the Impact Weekend, I was a little depressed on Sunday afternoon, okay? Like I was like coming down, and I was like, oh crap, that's done. That was awesome, right? But he who began that good work, that was just the beginning. Like that started something. And he's faithful and just to complete what he started in you. So remember what God did in you. Remember what he spoke into your life. Remember where he called you out. Remember where he encouraged you to go and who he encouraged you to be and the decisions he encouraged you to start making, the little choices that we talked about, because he's going to be with you every step of the way. He's faithful to complete that in you. I mean, have those people in your life. Remember that God is going to do that. And then again, sometimes we start to think about like all this stuff that we need to do and the big picture and trying to follow God, and it can be a little overwhelming, especially if we had a whole lot of junk in our life coming into Impact Weekend. It's like, okay, I want to like get this right, but where do I start? There's so much junk. Where do I even begin with it? And it's what you heard all throughout the weekend. Make the next right decision. Don't worry about the whole mountain. Don't worry about the whole thing. Don't worry about the whole thing that's got to turn around. Just be like, hey, the next time I've got an opportunity, I'm going to make the right choice. Every time you are tempted, every time you have the choice to sin, it's also you've got a choice to obey. Every time you've got the choice to sin, it is a choice for obedience. It's a chance for you to say yes to Jesus. And so the next time you have that opportunity, just say yes. And it's going to be hard, right? Y'all heard me on Sunday. We got to do hard things. It's a fight. It's a battle. But in the little areas, say yes. And say yes again, and say yes again. And you get to that third yes, and that fifth yes, and that 10th yes, it's going to be a little easier, and a little easier, and a little easier, right? If there's some things you've got to hold in your life, it's going to fight back. It's not just going to go away. But, man, just start saying yes, and then, man, just remember that righteousness of God piece. That's the goal. That's who God wants you to become, okay? I love you guys. I'm proud of you. I really do believe, I know we say it all the time, but the best is coming. The best is yet to come. When we have weekends like that and God starts stirring our heart and we start binding together with our groups, we start saying yes in these little areas, we start going after the people that you wrote down on those hearts that Danny had you do on Saturday morning, right? The best is coming. God's got great things planned ahead for us. And let's keep going for it. And I can't wait to see what God is going to do. Band's going to come back up. Yeah, let's get fired up about that, man. That's what life's about. That's what life's about. That's what life's about. I love you guys. I want to pray over you, not just like as a transition. I actually just want to like pray for you. I know they're shuffling around and whatever, but I just want to pray for everything that God did and to encourage you going forward. So if you would just bow with me. God, I thank you for each and every one of these students. And Lord, I thank you, Lord, for what you did in these days that we got to experience. And God, I know it's easy to get all fired up and we're singing the songs and we've had the weekend and those kind of things, but it's difficult to follow you. You know that. You know what it's like to be human. You put on flesh. You came and dealt with the same temptations that we dealt with, that we deal with. But God, I pray for courage. I pray for strength. God, help us to say yes. God, tonight when we have temptation, tomorrow when we've got a difficulty, God, and we have the opportunity to sin, God, we also have the opportunity of obedience in that moment. God, help us to say yes to you. Lord, help us remember, God, that you began something in us, you started something in us, that you're going to be faithful to complete that. If we'll just keep saying yes, you're going to take us on a great journey. God, I look forward to the days that are ahead for all of us as a group. God, I pray that we would be known as a student ministry who is for every single middle schooler and every single high schooler in Northern Kentucky. That we'd be known as a place that cares about every person that's close to God, and especially we care about every single person that is far, far, far away from you. Because that's who you're going after. That's who you've got your eyes on. So God, that's what we want to be about. So help us to run after you. Help us to say yes to do. And as we're running along the way, Lord, help us to invite as many people as we can to run with us. I thank you for the joy from the stories that were shared tonight. Lord, lift us up, fill us up, and pour us out. Thank you so much for loving us, God. Help us to love you more. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey, let's stand and let's sing. We're going to be encouraged with this last song. Y'all sing this out. Come on.